What are the lost constitutional amendments? Have you ever wondered about the amendments to the United States Constitution that never quite made it into law? These are often referred to as lost constitutional amendments. They representing proposals that were introduced and sometimes even approved by Congress but failed to gain enough support from the states to be ratified. While they remain as part of our constitutional history, they do not hold any legal weight today. When the Bill of Rights was created in 1789, Congress proposed 12 amendments. Out of these, only 10 were ratified, becoming the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. The two that did not make the cut are often considered lost. One amendment aimed to address how representatives in Congress would be apportioned based on population. The other sought to limit congressional pay raises until after the next election. Interestingly, the issue of congressional pay was later resolved with the ratification of the 27th Amendment in 1992, which originated from that original proposal. Throughout United States history, several other amendments have been proposed but failed to achieve ratification. One notable example is the Equal Rights Amendment, which aimed to ensure equal legal rights regardless of sex. Although it passed Congress in the 1970s, it did not receive enough state ratifications. Another example is the Titles of Nobility Amendment, which would have stripped citizenship from anyone accepting a title of nobility from a foreign power. There was also the Child Labor Amendment, which aimed to give Congress the authority to regulate child labor but was never ratified. The Corwin Amendment, passed by Congress in 1861, intended to protect slavery in states where it already existed but also failed to be ratified. The Flag Desecration Amendment, which sought to prohibit the desecration of the United States flag, has been proposed multiple times but has never been ratified. Lastly, the District of Columbia Voting Rights Amendment was passed by Congress in 1978 but expired without ratification. From a courtroom perspective, these lost amendments illustrate the constitutional amendment process. This process requires broad agreement, as proposed amendments must be approved by 2/3 of both houses of Congress and then ratified by 3/4 of state legislatures or conventions. If this threshold is not met, the amendment does not become law, although it remains part of the ongoing discussion about constitutional development. Understanding these lost amendments is important, especially in legal arguments. Lawyers sometimes reference proposed but and ratified amendments to interpret the intent behind the Constitution or to advocate for changes in constitutional law. However, it is essential to remember that only ratified amendments carry legal force. In summary, lost constitutional amendments are those that were formally proposed but never ratified. This includes the original two proposals from the Bill of Rights and various significant amendments throughout United States history. Studying these amendments offers a glimpse into the evolution of constitutional law and the legal framework that governs changes to our nation's foundational document.